Hey guys, Callie Jeske here with Callie Jeske Fitness. So as promised, got your second workout for this week. We've got arms. We're going to sculpt some biceps and triceps. So here's what we've got. It's the first workout for arms, second workout total this week. We'll have another one coming out in the next couple days. And we've got a bunch of exercises here with only body weight. Then we've got some with weights. You can be creative with weights. If you have dumbbells at home, of course use them. If you don't have dumbbells, just get creative with a couple things, couple cans, couple water bottles. We'll be using something similar. So I'll explain each exercise, a couple form cues. You can make everything easier or harder for those of you that are seasoned fitness weekend warriors, or if you are a new person to fitness, you can make it all a little bit easier or harder, depending. So first thing, plank walkouts. Second thing, elbow knee taps. It's going to kind of spike your heart rate, this little section here. Then we've got elbow hand push-ups. So we're going to hit some chest here. We're going to hit some other muscles like shoulders, biceps, triceps, and so forth further down. Then for our weighted section, we've got two shoulder exercises that I'll explain. We've got one chest exercise, a smaller chest muscle group, and biceps and shoulders. And then our last two are triceps and biceps. So I'm going to go through and explain everything. My recommendation is doing everything 3 rounds. I timed out one whole round of everything. It's about 6 minutes, so may have under-promised on the amount of time that it would take to do all these workouts. But if you have time, do 2 rounds. If you don't, hit 1 round all the way up to 3. All right, so this is my cat. She'll probably come in and out throughout the entire video. Okay, so starting with plank walkouts, you're gonna stand at the end of your mat. If you can bend over with your legs straight, if you have that flexibility through your hamstrings, go ahead and use it. You're gonna come down to your hands, walk your hands out in front of you to a plank position. So this is a plank position here. I'm in a straight line from my shoulders all the way down to my heels. My hips aren't too high, and they also aren't low enough to have a rounding in my lower back here, which is too compressive for your vertebrae. So protect your back, keep those hips up, my abs are pulled in tight, and I'm going to push back through my hands and come up to straight legs. If you don't have the flexibility in the back of your legs, you can also bend your knees. That's okay. So if you're a beginner or if you're really tight back here, go ahead, bend your knees, come out to your hands, walk out to this position, hold those abs nice and tight, and push back. So one more time, here, and push back. So you're gonna hit 10 of these plank walkouts. The next exercise, elbow knee taps. So that's just one to get your heart rate a little bit more elevated and to engage your ab muscles. So again, don't let those abs spill out in front like a busted can of biscuits. Hold them in and keep that chest up. So with your hands behind your head, you're gonna step to one side, tap my elbow and my knee. That's gonna be a repetition of 1. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. If you want to do them a little bit faster, be my guest. Just keep those abs in nice and tight. Third exercise to get you a little bit more warmed up, and we're going to be using a little more chest and shoulders with this exercise, is elbow hand push-ups. There are 2 different ways you can do this. If you're a beginner, you can do them from your knees. If you're advanced, you can do them from your feet. So the harder version, starting on those toes in that plank position, with my hands right underneath my shoulders, abs nice and tight. I'm going to come down to one side and replace my elbow right where my hand was. So here, elbow, elbow, then come back up to my hand, a slight push-up, push-up. Now, since I started with my right hand for the first one, I'm going to start with my left arm for the second one. So coming down to elbow, elbow, hand, hand. So a little bit faster, it looks like this. And you're going to be hitting 14 in total, so about 7 on each side. If you notice it's too hard, bring down the rep range, maybe do 5 on each side if you can. Now, if you do them from your toes and it's too hard, you can also do them from your knees. So You're gonna have your hands right underneath your shoulders again. Come down to your knees, ankles crossed and back. Push those hips forward, and same thing. Elbow, elbow, hand, hand. I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my hips parallel over the ground. So, your heart rate should be spiked a little bit after that exercise. And the other ones here, so we've got shoulders starting first of all with a shoulder fly to a press. So grab whatever you've got for weights, whether it's a couple cans, a couple bottles of water. We have classic German bottled water that comes in glass. So these are about 2 pounds each. And if I do about 15 reps of these exercises, I feel it a little bit. So first exercise from shoulders, you're gonna start with those arms together as so. You're gonna fly wide and then straight up overhead. So again, starting with those elbows parallel out in front of you with those upper arms, forearms out at 90 degrees here. You're gonna fly wide, come straight up. And you're gonna be hitting 12 of these. We're also gonna do another exercise for your shoulders. The second one is just straight arm raises. So we're gonna hit front raises and side raises. These ones are pretty easy. You're gonna come with those hands, your Handgelenk, was das Handgelenk of English? Your wrists, you're gonna start with your wrists facing down, and right by your sides, you're gonna come up, so until those hands are just about parallel with shoulder height, and then back down. So we're gonna hit 8 of these, nice and controlled. Try not to let gravity take you down. You're controlling that weight. And the same thing out to the side, so 8, coming out to the side here, slow on the way back down. Slow back down. My shoulders are staying down and relaxed. We're trying not to engage these muscles up top, just trying to use those shoulder muscles so those arms fly out to the sides and in front. Okay, next exercise, chest fly. And again, if you're not feeling these exercises, feel free to add a few more reps onto them until you do feel them. So for this exercise, you're gonna come down to your back, start with a little bit of a bend through your elbows, and you're gonna fly wide and together till my elbows just about touch the ground and come back together. I'm not increasing the bend from my elbows, I'm just starting with about 30 degrees of a bend from 180. So about 150 degrees from my elbows and together right over my chest. These weights aren't over my face, they're a little bit pressed down here. So we're hitting 12 of these. And the next exercise is one of my favorites for biceps and for shoulders. So for bicep shoulders here, we have W extensions. So you're gonna start with those arms out to the sides, like you did for those side raises, but my hands, my wrists are facing forward. So out to the side here, and you're gonna come in, bend those elbows, and keep those arms wide. So straightening out, coming in. If you want a little bit of an ab workout while you do this one, you can lean back and elevate those feet too. Do as many, do up to 12. If you don't feel it, feel free and add a few more. Okay, and the last 2 exercises, triceps and biceps. So I like to do most of my upper body exercises from my knees because I notice that I engage my core more. If I stand up on my feet, like so, I notice when I start to do some exercises that my whole body moves. So I believe this is a good way to isolate the movements. So for triceps, we're gonna start with whatever you've got, cans, bottles of water, weights at home. And we're starting with our elbows right by our sides of our ears here. We're coming straight up with our forearms and back down. So try not to move those elbows very much at all. These aren't coming down or off to the sides, they're staying tucked right by my ears as I straighten my arms and let those weights fall back down. And last one, there are a couple different variations of biceps that you can complete. We're doing curls. You have a couple different bicep muscles, so you can do curls starting at the sides like this with my wrists facing inwards. You can come up to your shoulders and slow on the way back down. Or if you want to hit a little bit of a different angle, you can also rotate those wrists out. So you're coming up to your shoulders here and slow on the way back down. Okay, so that's all I've got for you today. Did a little bit of arms. Hopefully you're feeling a good burn from this, or maybe at least tomorrow a little bit of a burn if there's some muscles in there that you haven't used lately. And like I said before, one whole round of everything is about 6 minutes, so complete up to 3 times. Maybe add some more reps if you're not feeling it and your weights are very light at home. And we'll be coming at you again in a couple days for a whole body workout and a little more core intensive. So we'll be doing some creative things with weights that you may have laying around the house. And until then, please tell me what you thought. Leave a comment below or a suggestion if you have some equipment at home like bands and you want a few things to do with bands. I'd be more than willing to take suggestions and create a workout for you. Or similarly, if you want an actual workout to do at home yourself, this is my cat. We call her the Moose. If you want a workout to complete at home, go ahead, contact me on my Facebook site, Callie Jeske Fitness, and we can do a consultation over the phone and get you started on the plan that you can do at home. All right, stay healthy and happy, and I'll see you in 2 days. Bye.